the future. Ian Garry, who was coming off his UFC debut, his first knockout win in the UFC a couple of weeks ago. Ian, good to sit down and chat. How are things?
Good, man, really good. I'm in a good mood. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm loving life, a bit high on life. So yeah, everything's good. How are you?
I'm very well. As I understand it, you're back in Ireland now to take the trip back home.
Yeah. We came back. We flew back to the UK, then we flew back to Ireland, and we're here now for a couple more days. And then we chop and change between here and the UK, and then eventually we'll head back over to the States.
I did want to touch upon that, and listen, it's been laboured that what happens before the Cage Warriors title fight with your team, but I want to talk specifically about Sanford MMA. Presumably, you probably had a little bit of a look round after the Grant win and the world title win. But why did you decide to settle on Sanford MMA?
Good question, and there's a couple of easy answers. When you look at the lads that train there, right, and you look at the elite level, for me, I'm a welterweight, so I'll train with primarily welterweights, the odd lightweight, and middleweight. So it's mainly welters, middles. When you look at it, I can just name a couple of names, right? Lightweight, Michael Chandler. Welterweight, Gil Burns, Vicente Luque, Jason Jackson, Logan Storley, the list goes on. And I mean, it goes on.
Yeah, it does go on.
There's 14 elite UFC, and it's a joke. And then you go, right, Derek Brunson, Phil Hawes, Brendan Allen, again, list goes on. It's it is a joke. The guys that I am training with and mixing it up with every day. And then without even mentioning them, you look at the coaches. Greg Jones is one of the best wrestling coaches there is.
Yeah.
He's insane. And I'm so excited to get back to America and just nail off American wrestling with him. I want to literally fucking be on his shoulder and be like, right, what do I do? What do I do? How do we do? How do we do? What do we do? I just want to learn with him. I get along with Greg so well, and I'm just looking forward to improving my wrestling with him. Then you've got Henry Hoof. Do you know what I mean? I'm a striker. I'll always be a striker, but I'll have the ability to mix it up and wrestle and grapple. That's what I'm always going to want to do. Me and Henry have a really good relationship, and Henry is a phenomenal coach. Look at the amount of champions that he's been a part of. He knows what he's doing. Everything. There's a T-shirt I have. It says it says on the back, "Keep it simple, stupid." He doesn't do stupid, flashy shit. It's just everything simple. What's the best way to knock someone out? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a clean and just crack them with a straight right. What's the most important weapon you can have? Jab. What do you always? Just little things. He's just so plain, so simple, but so well. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he knows every technique. And when you combine all of that in one room, the potential to grow and be the best version of me is, who fuck knows where it is. It's just up there somewhere. You gotta go find it.
Iron sharpens iron.
Exactly. Yeah, literally.
Yeah. I want to talk about the win. Very impressive first round knockout over Jordan Williams, but maybe a little bit of adversity at the start of the fight. How would you assess your performance and perhaps give me a grade of 1 to 10?
I wasn't happy with it at all. I was overwhelmed the first 2 minutes in the sense of just everything that was going on. My UFC debut at Madison Square Garden on the biggest card of the year. Bruce Buffer's just called my name out. I'm just seeing my name go around Madison Square Garden. I'm hearing the fans. I'm it's that moment of oh shit, this is actually happening. I'm just a fan. I'm just a kid who trained and is now a UFC fighter. I'm what the fuck is this? Oh, all right, this is happening. Okay. It just took me 2 minutes to kind of get back into right, just fucking focus.
Yeah.
But once I did, it was just about figuring out how to beat him. The first 2 minutes he done well. Jordan was coached well. A lot of credit to him and his coaches. He done very, very well. He changed a lot of bad habits that I was expecting him to still have. And he brought up, that was the best Jordan Williams we've seen by far. And I slept him at the end of the day in the first round. Do you know what I mean? It took me 5 minutes, and it took me 5 minutes to finish him.
Yeah.
And 2 of them, I might as well have not been in the building.
Yeah.
So the minute we entered the grappling exchange, if you go back and watch the fight, the minute we entered the grappling exchange, from that point on, I was back and I kind of just slowly figured out and assessed how to beat him. And I noticed at one point, there was one point where I actually think it's around the same time that DC talked about, I caught him with the left high kick moving back, and I seen him throw left. And I was like, his coaches have told him, and this is genuine what was going through my mind at the time. I was like, his coach had told him to double up. And they know they're not going to get me the first shot.
Yeah.
It has to be the second, the third, or the fourth.
Yeah.
Because no one should get me with the first shot.
Yeah.
I'm good at getting out. I'm really good at not getting hit, right? Yeah. First 2 minutes wasn't me. I got hit. That's okay. But after that point on, I didn't really get hit. I think twice maybe he hit me after the 3 minute marker. But I seen him reach, overextend. I was like, all right, that's it. There's the shot. Just give him the time. He threw it again. I didn't punish him. I'm like, right, because you want to give someone confidence, right? You want to give someone that confidence that they can go with it. Clappers went. I went, right, throw a high kick, just scare him. I was like, just scare him. He decided to rush in at the same time, so I didn't connect. But for a southpaw, you don't want a right high kick coming up because it's dangerous.
Yeah.
So I threw it back. He leaned in. I was like, oh, he's going to do it again. Boop. And then everything was just slow motion. I'm like, ding. And the minute I hit him, I was like, that he's done. I could walk away now and he'd be done.
Yeah.
But I was like, Mike Beltran at the back said to me, he was like, Ian, I like walk-offs. I hit people, I walk off. I know they're done. I mean, I know when someone is done, I can feel it. I hit him and his head goes forward and his body kind of stiffened up a little bit. But I remember Mike was like, don't stop until I stop the fight. And I'm like, no, I can hit him one more time and walk away. So I hit him one more time, a little kind of push, and then just walked off. I'm like, don't worry, Mike. I said it to him at the back. I said, you won't need to jump in. I'll deal with it myself. And it was kind of nice that I got that, because I went back after the fight and seen him. I was like, hey, I told you to have an easy night. And he's like, thank you, sir. But yeah, it was, the performance wasn't great. I'm happy with the finish. I'm happy with the outcome, but I'm not happy with the performance. But that's the first time in my life I felt a little bit of like anything else other than, it's the first time I've been off walking into the fight, but like the biggest sporting venue in the world, the biggest card of the year, my UFC debut, the red carpet was fucking rolled out for me. And it's like, if I didn't feel anything then, when I'm feeling it, do you know what I mean? I'd rather feel it then than when I fight for a title.
Because there's been so many fighters throughout this pandemic period who've made the UFC debut in the apex with no crowds, probably a little less pressure. Do you think, looking back, you maybe had a little bit of a detriment given the grand stage that you made your debut on? No,
I absolutely love the fact that my debut was made in the biggest stadium for a fighter. Like, when you look back at my last four fights, they've all been without no crowd. So even the fact that there was a crowd there, like, that added intensity and like the oohs and the ahs. They're amazing. Like, it was just good to feel that vibe back in that energy. And Bruce Buffer it was the moment Bruce said, like, hello, red corner, and started going through my credentials. I'm like, wow, this is fucking insane. Basically, like, take a random fan, right?
Yeah.
Any person on the planet who's a fan of MMA, super fan, put them where I was stood and ask them to be normal.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what it felt like. You know what I mean? It felt like if I just put you where I was standing, looking across the cage, going, all right, this happened. Okay, all right, sweet. I'm here. All right, I did this.
Truth be told, Ian, I've been doing it. I'm only a year younger than you. I'm 22. So sometimes if I get a really big guest, I've had Taryn Till, I had Marlon Chito Vera a couple of weeks ago. They come on, I'm slightly overwhelmed, and I'm only having a conversation. So to then be stood across the cage from someone in that environment is kind of incomprehensible to a certain extent.
Yeah. And it's interesting, it's fun, and it's different. And like, I'll never feel anything like that again because I've done it. I was like, that's the biggest it's gonna get. Madison Square Garden, my UFC debut, the biggest card of the year. From now on, it's just gonna be smooth sailing. It's gonna be like I'm back in cage wars. You know what I mean? In the sense of like, I've done it, been here. The rest is easy. Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm excited for everything that my future has to offer. I'm excited for the fact that I don't know when it's going to be, where it's going to be, who it's going to be. I'm just excited for the kind of the unknown.
You made your pro debut in Feb 2019, and in just over 2.5 years, you're in the UFC. What would you say is the key factor that has allowed you to progress your skills so quickly from a debutant to 2.5 years already in the UFC?
I'm better. I'm just better. My brain works better. I learn fast. I grow. I adapt. I overcome, and I do it with ease. I would say that's what makes it better. It's like there's nothing that can stop me once I put my mind to it. I made my mind up a while ago that I wanted to do this, and that's it. So yeah.
Where's Ian Garry in a year's time? If we're at the start of November 2021, where do you want to be come the 1st of November 2022?
4-0 in the UFC, 4 finishes, 4 statements, rock the mic every time, and be 11-0. I'm the 10th youngest UFC fighter on the roster. I'm the youngest undefeated fighter on the roster. Continue this run. Just continue being undefeated, continue winning, continue putting on statements, and slowly leave my mark and just pick apart the division slowly. I'm in no rush. Do you know what I mean? I turn 24 this week. I'm in no rush whatsoever. Just enjoy every second of it.
What are your plans for your birthday? Happy birthday, by the way.
I don't want to do anything. I don't want to throw a party. Don't want to do anything. Do you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to go get a fucking meal with my missus, slow everything down, and maybe go to the cinema and just relax. That's what I'd like to do. I haven't had time to do anything like that because I've been so busy. So I'd like to do something like that.
It's been an action-packed year, hasn't it? Right from the Cage Warriors semi-final bout getting announced to the title fight with Grant, and then you were signed to the UFC there the week after, if that's correct.
Yeah, I got the next morning, 12 hours after winning the title, being like, right, what's the best email for your UFC contract? I'm like, shit, all right, let's go. And then, yeah, literally went away on holidays with my missus to Costa Rica, ended up staying in Costa Rica for a month, and then flying over to Florida to just train. So it's like literally been non-stop. And I fucking loved every second of it.
Listen, I want to finish by talking about something, and it's a comparison that's made between you sometimes make it, it's sometimes made by the fans, but the comparison between yourself and early Conor McGregor's run. So yeah. I don't want to separate the two people because you're both two individuals, but what is the biggest similarity between yourself and Conor McGregor in terms of your skill sets?
Confidence.
Undeniable
self-belief, and just everything. When Conor was on the rise, everything he said, I believed.
Yeah.
Everything he said he was going to do, I believed it. And I think everyone else believed it, because when you truly believe in if I'm to sit here and explain to you how much I know I'm going to succeed, and I can sit here one-on-one with you and explain to you, I guarantee you'll leave here and you'll tell everyone about how much Ian Garry's going to succeed. Conor done that on the mic, he done that at the press conferences, he done it in the cage, and everyone believed it because it was real.
Yeah.
When he spoke, he meant it. Like he had envisioned it, he'd seen it, he visualized it, and that's what he was going to do. That's the biggest similarities. I've got the same trait. I have that confidence. I have that. And this was me as a kid. This is like people say.
I wanted to ask you, have you always been a confident person?
Oh, always, always, 100%. This has been me since I was a kid.
Yeah.
We're too loud, brash, confident, disruptive Irishmen, and that's it. Do you know what I mean? So for me, like when I say something, like my mate's like, "Oh, he's gonna do it." That's it. My family are now in the right mindset where they understand that if I say something, I'm gonna do it. Doesn't matter who supports me or what goes on around me. I'm gonna fucking do me, and if anyone wants to get in my way, I'll kick them out. If anyone wants to support me, great, sweet, jump on board. But yeah, confidence. I'd say the biggest similarity between me and Conor is we have that. Is it the narcissistic tendencies we call it? Yeah. Yeah, I think it is. Narcissistic tendencies of just ego complex. Yeah, I don't have an ego. I don't have an ego. What are you talking about? Yeah, narcissistic tendencies.
What's the biggest difference between you and Conor in terms of skill sets?
That's a good question. Kicks.
Kicks.
Yeah, my kicks are better.
Your kicks are
I
better.
use more high kicks.
Yeah.
That'd be it. Conor's got some of the best. He's got the best left hand we've seen in MMA. Do you know what I mean? Literally got him like the 2-weight world champion. I utilize my kicks better than most people do, and I'm still only new to kicks. But like, I can catch everyone with head kicks. It's just really fucking weird. I just have this flexibility and this way of hiding them that just they don't get seen. So yeah, I'd say my head kicks, and I don't think that's anything bad to say. I think that's very fair. I've had 3 head kick knockouts in 8 fights, and I'm a boxer. Do you know what I mean? So
something about you I wanted to touch on just very quickly before we go is you seem to have a similar tendency with the way Justin Gaethje throws his leg kicks, in the sense that you seem to be able to get your head kick up so high, but in such a near range. Is that something that you perhaps noticed? A head kick seems to be quite a long range weapon, but you seem to be able to get that leg all the way up in almost not the pocket, but in a very close range.
Yeah. But that's what I'm flexible, and I've got that understanding of distance.
Yeah.
And like at the end of the day, I do want to kick people's head off. Like I want to kick someone in the head, because I just think catching someone in a head kick is a different ball game. I think it's just, for me, it's the most satisfying.
Yeah. Is
being able to kick someone in the head. It's like, who the fuck wants to get kicked? No one. Like you and your mates are out, like you might mess around and you'd have a jab at each other and you'd play around. Yeah, cool. No, he's not gonna fucking kick you in the head. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. No, we're not playing that game, mate. So for me, that's the most exciting. But I have, Gaethje's leg kicks are very similar. He kicks in the pocket, kind of ducks down in the pocket, and I love the way Gaethje fights. It's aggressive. It doesn't. It's that fight with him and Chandler was insane. But I have a way of being able to just catch people in the pocket, and that's why I'm saying like my head kicks are better. I've got an understanding of where I can catch you, how I can catch you, and I do it differently to a lot of people. That's why like everyone in the gym in Sanford was like, dude's got insane head kicks. Dude's got insane head kicks. Like that's why I'd say that's my best skill, my biggest difference between me and Conor, and me and everyone. I've got really fucking good head kicks.
Yeah. Well, it was great to sit down and talk to you, and I very much enjoy your debut and very much look forward to seeing the rest of your UFC career.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you for your time. And I look forward to you unknown too. Before
we finish, Ian, how can people find you on social media? And is there any sponsors or anything you want to shout out before we go? The floor is yours. Yeah.
Well, firstly, I Play Safe. They're the future of sexual health technology. If you don't know them, follow them on Instagram at I Play Safe, or go download the app. You won't be disappointed. It's big. And then Instagram. Just find me on Instagram. Hit me up on Twitter. Everything's blown up at the moment, so I'm kind of just a bit baffled by it all. But it's come with hard work and success, and I just want to say thank you for sitting down and talking to me. It means the world, you know what I mean? I get to sit here and talk to people who are excited to talk about my career, and it just brings a smile to my face, mate. So thank you.
Pleasure's all mine. Great for sitting down with you today, mate.
Cheers, man. Thank you.